I bring up Joneser. He made this video supporting the GNUs, well, the news without the G is silent thing. Marta Costello. And it was just kind of weird because, he basically did something that's like the ultimate Google taboo, is to suggest that somebody artificially click on ads. I mean, that's like the biggest terms of service violation you can commit. That's like, it's like partners can't talk about how much money they make. This is right up there with that as a crime by the corporation standards. So it's just kind of funny that he gets away with that. I mean, I make a video and there's no comprehensible, no discernible reason why the video was taken down, and yet he can do just something so obvious, like I said, to suggest to start. I mean, it's basically an attack on YouTube's and Google's revenue stream, a threat to it. And he gets away with it, though. I mean, it's just the hypocrisy of the system, because nobody, the regular people aren't the big assholes and they're going around pressing flag buttons all the time because they're not on the agenda. They're not out to destroy somebody else's speech like these fuckers who claim to be defending free speech. That's the big joke here. Because it would be pretty damn easy to make the argument. Send a little email off to YouTube saying, well, do you know that this guy's fucking with your... I mean, I could go right to their advertising site. They have an advertise on YouTube site. And I just send them a little message saying, well, you ought to check out this guy who's basically suggesting people fuck with the revenue system. But anyway, fuck that. It's just irritating that he gets away with that shit. Alright, Tommy from the Bronx. And Fake Sagan a little bit too. But this dumping on Pat Condell, Tommy's made some dumb videos, but I don't even know where the hell that comes from. Pat Condell isn't funny enough. I mean, in the first place, he's not like, he's not telling sex jokes, Tommy. I mean, he's not your average stand-up comedian. He's basically a guy who's writing witticisms about atheism, about an agenda, a political mission. I mean, you know how hard that fucking is to do? And he does it really fucking well. I mean, he's witty and clever. His arguments are smart. And I don't even know how you can fucking find something to be critical of. You can say, honestly, I don't find the videos that interesting because, yeah, I'm already an atheist. But, you've got to, when you watch his videos, you've got to say to yourself, well, what would I be thinking if I was a theist? I mean, that guy has to do more good with one video than you've done with your whole fucking channel for the cause of rational thought. I mean, he makes incredibly smart, concise, easy to understand arguments. It's just, I don't, and then people just label him xenophobe and all these guys. No, he's a fucking tyranny phobe. I mean, he's afraid of the tyranny of religion. But I don't think he goes around saying, oh, well, you're ethnically this, and so therefore I will try to destroy you. I mean, he's not preaching any kind of white nationalism or anything. So what the fuck is that bullshit? Look, I don't watch his videos anymore just because, yeah, it gets kind of samey. Alright, but they're damn smart arguments, and it's got to be acknowledged. The guy puts some work into it. He makes a good argument. I mean, he's an adequate enough presenter. I just, to sit there and rag on him, it seems just, I mean, that's just a silly moments in history, I say. And even Fake Sagan bitched about him because he's a secular humanist. Oh my God, we're back to that crap again. Oh yeah, he's talking logic about human beings who should maybe care about their world. Oh, what an outrage that is. And should try to do it in the context of some sort of rational thinking and rational discourse and argumentation. I mean, go ahead, find the paragraphs or the sentences that Pat Condell has uttered that are just completely outrageous. Go ahead and find them, please. That's just so stupid. Alright, so that brings us back again to the Amazing Atheist and his Sunday long video thing, which he might do every week again, so we're flip-flopping again. Because apparently he's trying to get an XM radio show. So he needs to do you know, babbling incessantly practice so he can handle doing the show, so he doesn't run out of, you know, he doesn't sit there and just, you know, obviously radio, it's not going to work for him to go into his little fucktarded, you know, blah, 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 pull my mouth open, do kind of weird shit. That's really not going to work on radio. So he actually has to keep the words coming out of his mouth, you know, in some sort of coherent and semi-entertaining manner. So, but anyway, whatever. It's just kind of scary. I mean, Rush Limbaugh is already bad. You know, you got that Alex Jones lunatic, and then, you know, the Amazing Atheist, another, you know, whatever. But he did say something about like a call-in show. I gotta see how that's gonna work too. I mean, you really, you know, call-in shows are basically, yes, try to ask a simple question. You know, because if you get too complicated, we're not gonna stop listening, and we're not gonna deal with it either. I mean, we're just gonna shut you off. You're never gonna get a chance to fight back. I always hate that about call-in shows, is they give people their one shot, and then they just basically cut them off, and so they don't get to have any. I know there's a word for it, but I can't think of it. Follow-up. No follow-up question. No follow-up pointing out how you didn't answer the fucking question in the first place. So, but whatever. So what else did he talk about? There's a lot of shit. Doesn't control minions. Oh yeah, we said he doesn't control his. You know, somebody brought that up in one of their 5-question videos, which he did at the end of his video, and. I mean, come on. I mean, he's basically pointed his goddamn minions at people's videos before, and he's fully well knows that every time he mentions somebody, he knows what's going to happen. He does nothing to stop it. I mean, when you don't stop something that you know is going to happen, it's the same thing as saying go do it. I mean, it doesn't make any difference. I mean, if you know the dog is going to go get the newspaper, you know, every morning. You know, and so you can be blamed because you know he's gonna go, his dog's gonna do it. And so if you don't tell the dog not to do it, and the dog gets run over, then you're at fault because you knew the car was coming. The dog get run over, and you know, I'm just saying you're liable for the circumstance if you don't do anything to prevent your minions from doing it. And he actually did it that one video. He said, don't go harassing this person. So he obviously knew that that's the scenario. So anyway, he just skirted that whole issue of taking any responsibility for the fact that, you know, his viewers basically harass people off of fucking YouTube. Which is just fucking bullshit. Alright, so he's going to do some 9/11 debunking videos. Wow, up to 22 minutes. This is like a long video Sunday. I might actually have to do 2 parts on the other fucking place because I don't even know if I can compress this video enough. 22 minutes, I'll try to. It'll be really shitty quality, so that'll be great. That's what you deserve, shit. There'll only be 10 of you showing up anyway. I'm dying, sorry. Very tired. Alright, he's going to do this 9/11 debunk video. He's going to solve the problem for all of us forever. There won't be any way the debunker, the 9/11 conspiracy theorist, the whatever, the truthers, they won't be able to argue back because he's going to do such an excellent job. They'll never come back with another piece of crap. So I don't think that's going to happen. But whatever. It's, you know, Captain Awesome did a pretty good job in his day, but it doesn't hurt to have somebody pointing out that it is nonsense. I mean, the whole idea of any conspiracy, just imagine everybody had to go along with it. Even some guy getting $50,000 a year went along with it. And that nobody, look, I mean, Maureen Madeleine O'Hare, the famous atheist woman, her son turned out to be a fucking goddamn Christian in the end. I mean, we just can't control these circumstances, and a conspiracy involving thousands of people doing something completely outrageous. I mean, murdering Americans, Americans murdering Americans. I mean, there's just no way you could keep that a secret. So the whole idea is just kind of silly. Well, it's not kind of silly, it's preposterously silly. Alright, something about infrastructure, no police, yeah, whatever. Okay, so that's enough. Oh, stick cam, Jesus Christ. Yeah, well, we'll make it 2 parts. Fuck it, I'm doomed. 24 minutes. Alright, stick cam. Yeah, it was a good night last night in stick cam. It wasn't great, it was good. It was like a 7.5 or something. It was just, you know, it was pleasant. Pleasant enough. Karina was in there early for a change. She had been out, you know, being a drunk. And so, but she was kind of funny. You know, she didn't have a bad hangover or anything, so that was good. Tequila, drinking tequila. So what else? And California girls showed up, and then Juliet was in there. So I just, that's the stylish women. I'm sorry, I should point to all the women's, but the stylish ones do catch your eye, and therefore you mention them because that's how unfair life is. There was some good conversation. I mean, there was these little moments, little 10-minute, 15-minute times where we actually were talking about some philosophy and arguing through the fact that, life is quite futile and pointless and stupid, and we're just basically fixing what our existence breaks. Us existing breaks the consciousness equation. It creates this thing called deprivation. And then we just spend our time sloppily cleaning up the mess. So we don't clean it up perfectly. We clean it up really, really bad. And then we call that a success because at least we cleaned up some of the mess we made. So it's really it's a scenario that just doesn't work. Life is stupid. People have got to acknowledge it. And the fact that, yes, you can live for your psychology, and your psychology and your philosophy don't have to agree. You can enjoy being an asshole as long as you philosophically acknowledge you're being an asshole. I mean, you can be a human being, but what you can't do is allow your psychology to control your philosophy because you want the truth to be a better story. Well, you've committed a crime against your intelligence to allow that want to invade the philosophy. It really has to be the other way around if anything's going to invade anything. But the two of them don't have to mix all of the time. Your psychology and your philosophy don't have to match. As long as you're willing to acknowledge that that's what it is, that you're doing something because you have a desire to do it. You're not doing it because you think it's a good thing. Very different things. But anyway, so that was good. And what else? I don't know if there's much else. I didn't, like I said, just didn't get much sleep. A lot of work lately, and so I'm really tired. So I was tired last night, and the phone is ringing, so it's a good time to say, okay, speak to you next time.